Welcome back to New Day Northwest. A new original play shines a light on a dark period of American history. Friends Across the Wires explores the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II, and more specifically, its impact on the young people in the Seattle area. Joining us now is the playwright and director, Laura Ferri, and actor, Celia Nimura-Parmenter. Thank you for being with us, both of you.
Thank you so much.
Laura, what inspired this play, and tell us a little bit more what it's about.
So my colleague, Tamara Bonnell, and I did some oral histories of two women in Seattle, Louise Cascino and her friend Patsy Love. Louise is Japanese American, and during World War II, she and Patsy were friends together at Broadway High School, which is the oldest high school in Seattle. It was on Capitol Hill, and they were in high school together, and then during the incarceration, Louise was forcibly removed from Seattle, but she and Patsy kept in touch. Patsy went down to the fairgrounds at Puyallup and visited her when she was, behind the wires.
Oh my goodness.
And they kept together. Their friendship continued through the rest of their lives, and we interviewed them when they were in their 90s. And so this is Women's History Month. This is the story about two local women and their friendship that went beyond racism.
This gives me the chills when I hear you talk about their friendship. Why was it so important for you to tell this story?
I think it's really important to show how racism affects not only the people directly, like the Japanese American community was forcibly removed, but it also impacted their friends and the people in Seattle. A third of Broadway High School were Japanese Americans. They were removed from the school overnight and impacted their sports teams, their choirs. Teachers at the U were incarcerated. People lost their treasured employees. The story, our play, talks about how the media in Seattle, supported the communities like the Bainbridge Island Review, and did not support the communities like the West Seattle Herald. There were some really nasty things.
Really?
Really awful stuff.
So
that
there
was
is
said.
a lot to learn from this play. Celia, you have an interesting connection to this material.
Yeah, about 10 of my family members were in camp. I'm Japanese American and Filipina. I'm mixed. And my family was in California. They went to Arboga first, and then they were in Tule Lake, which was sort of known as like the troublemakers camp. My grandpa was in these camps, my great aunts, my great uncles. And a lot of them went when they were very young. Like my great aunt, she went when she was 4 years old. And I remember my mom would tell me about how she wasn't allowed to bring one of her dolls. Because back then you can really only take what you can carry. And so people would leave behind their entire lives, and kids would be forced to leave behind their dolls. They were forced to leave behind their pets. And it's a lot of the things that we do go into in the play.
It has to be emotional playing Ume.
Yeah, I'm the understudy for Ume, but it's definitely hard. I remember after our first read through, I had to leave during part of it, and afterwards I was just so exhausted because this is my family. They went to these camps. They were there for years, and when they came back, their entire lives were just gone. But I also remember after we were done with that read-through, I felt this really big sense of fulfillment. Yeah, and I really think that was because this is a story that I haven't grown up seeing in theater.
Right.
I've done tons of shows, and this is the first one where we actually go into this. And so that sense of fulfillment really helped me to keep going with it.
A story that needs to be told.
Yeah.
Laura, what do you hope audiences take away from this?
I hope that people think about their actions and how the community can support people when there's hatred in a community, where there's oppression. We need to speak out. We need to support the people around us. We need to be allies. And the last line of the play is, let this not happen again. Let's not do this to our community, and let's not do this to people who are being oppressed.
Yeah. How important is it that we put history on the stage?
I think it's crucial. The history you know, we can learn so much from history, and this is a story that many people don't know about,
right.
and this is our history. This happened in Seattle.
Yeah.
We need to acknowledge and turn the mirror to our past.
Yes, we do. Where can people see the play?
So go to our website, Seattle Historical Theater Project, and you can find all the different performances. We are going to be performing it at the Puyallup Fairgrounds,
wow, that's going to be powerful.
Where the Japanese American community was incarcerated. We'll be doing it on Vashon Island, at Renton Library, various places throughout the community.
Thank you so much to both of you. All right, we are headed up to